Hello and welcome back to Ping Plays. That's been for the Kaiserreich mod. We are back in the Commonwealth of America. Now then, we have a couple of plans in the works. So, still going back and forth on exactly what we want to do going forward. I was thinking maybe Fortress America, but honestly, this is just a bunch of stat buffs. It doesn't really get us anywhere. Manifest Destiny, although it is very similar to what we did in the CSA game, will take a twist on it. And so I think I will be doing that, but also I need to go down and take the fight abroad, because I will begin the trials, which I will need to do eventually. I do need to do that. Thank you for noticing. So, basically, because so much of... We got Costa Rica, and Costa Rica and Cuba are part of the Reichspakt. Panama and all of West Indies Federation are part of the Entente, and Colombia is a part of Estados Socialistas de America Latina, so we got a lot of people we need to fight, as well as the Liberal Pact, which will luckily stay very much separate from the rest. So we'll take out the smaller ones first, and then take out the Entente, which is in Panama. So we'll start by taking out Colombia, which will get us involved in a war against Argentina, which at the moment we have been fighting. Maybe go to Concepcion del Uruguay. I think Brazil versus Argentina alone. Brazil should probably win, especially after all these absolutely massive cutoffs we've been doing. But we would like to be on Brazil's good side for docking rights, so that we're able to attack Liberia. Because we had the thought of, let's take over our old buddy Liberia. I think that'll be good for us. And past that, I need some more heavy fighters, some more close tactical. Ooh, naval fighters seem fine. Now, as for the naval game, we mostly just have. I mean, we got a couple of things we can use now. A couple of carriers, and I have been doing a battle plan against you. Cancel that justification. I want that justification to be on good old Liberia. Not the Grain Coast, please. I would like to take over Liberia for reasons that I don't know if I can say, lest I be kicked out of the Paradox program. Basically, so there was an idea floated around in one of the events that popped up of taking areas of majority African American population, and turning those into what are effectively Indian reservations, but for black people. And I think I turned that down, but what if instead of doing that, we go to our old colony in Liberia, which was actually built in the beginning as a place to repatriate Africans, nuclear power in New Mexico. Neat. It was originally founded as a place to repatriate Africans, freed slaves and freemen in general. Didn't go for too long, but there was that was the idea, and it was self-regulated, basically. Like, it wasn't white people looking it over, it was very much built from the bottom up by the free slaves, although it did cause new problems into the future, where the American African class, flip that over on its head, didn't exactly treat the native Africans very well. I know the irony, despite the fact that they were the American Africans were effectively the colonists of this African country, and then eventually that happened to turn into revolts, riots, civil wars, as Africa be doing. Let's get some atomic research. Don't want to get left behind. Also, something just happened, because that was a big pause. And oh, hello there, Nigerian Free States. You already existed. You got the Kenyan Free States and Zambia, Nyasaland Free State. Okay. Middle Africa. Why couldn't you have exploded? That's all I'm gonna say about that. As for us, rebuild those Rocky Mountains. But we get ourselves back on the world stage. We'll go world stage into trials, into attack plans, and attack plans start with, okay, you can either attack Canada or Mexico at the same time. Okay, so we'll attack Canada using that. make it pretty easy on ourselves. And I would like to be able to attack the Reichspakt before we get involved, because the Reichspakt seem to be winning against Communist France. I would prefer if Reichspakt was a little bit more distracted when we take over their territories. Although, yeah, I will have to focus on making some rubber processing, because if we attack them, they're not going to give us rubber from East Asia or Middle Africa, and they have both Dutch East Asia, German East Asia, and Middle Africa. So yeah, they're not going to be very happy with us. So we're going to have to go synthetic refineries and build a whole bunch. Even just try to get up there. Hello, Dale. I'm really focused on getting a big navy, because we'll take out most of what we need back on the world stage. Let's get into the trials, shall we? Take the fight abroad. Take the fight abroad, aha de Noah. Serve a legion. Please come on out. Ranger, don't have enough Marines. I could make some motorized, I guess. Let's see, how's our... Okay, we do have a very large force there. I'm mostly just looking for more troops to fill in. Yeah, that's fair. So maybe like 10 of those. In the end, get 40. This, we're pretty good on 1941, December. Boom, December the 17th, 1941. A day no one will remember because nothing important happened. You, Colombia. Let me crack open a drink. My throat. It burns like my passion for you. This for over here. You're just sitting around. Invasion of Colombia to get us involved in that war. You have, okay, 80 days. Fair, fair. We attack Colombia. We take over the northern spots so that the Caribe and Choco and the rest, yeah, the rest can just go and become like a puppet underneath the Brazilians or whatever. I don't really care. We're looking for the Golden Circle, which means we will also need to attack Venezuela, but that'll be easier once we have you. Although, if we are trying to attack Colombia, if we are trying to attack Venezuela, it might be good to take, like, Meta, or at least attack while we own Meta. Yeah, this will be fine. This will be fine. Fine, fine, fine. We have 66 dockyards. Sure ain't nothing to sneeze at. Building one brassing class, that's going to take so long. It might as well not even factor into this. Took a long time with this series, didn't we? War propaganda. Well, we don't really need propaganda. We need stability. Send in the army. It just increases... It does increase weekly stability, but at the cost of political factories, critical population. Yeah, send in the army. Do that. I think that'll be good for us. Because Paris is surrounded. It's not going to take long. And we... Military research. Probably go into Manifest to the Destiny. While we do the trials. While we get ready on Colombia. And eventually taking over the hinterlands. Release of the Joint Navy... Army and Navy phonetic alphabet. Good for me. Goody goody gumdrops. You, I'm not even using you for the one thing you're actually supposed to be good for. Naval invasions. What am I doing? What's Hawaii up to? Okay, they're part of the Reichspakt, so we could also take them. Okay. Could take them out while we go after the Reichspakt. But that could be a problem, because German East Asia is right here. German East Asia has their own fleet. Pretty old and outdated one, but it's better than not having a fleet at all. So, big old doubt on whether or not we'd be able to do that. You two specifically, I want you in a fleet. No, not both of you. You dang old whippersnappers. I want you to become... let me look at this. Yep, okay. You don't have any radar, but you'd still be okay. But whatever we're doing, Manifest Destiny's almost up. But then again, the war against Colombia is going to take how long? 5 more days. You guys don't need me to be a peace, right? Is considered a major, and that's it. Okay, good, goody, goody, goody. You go ahead and go on to convoy escort. You onto convoy raid. You onto patrol. And do not engage. Do not engage. Bring this out. Same dealio. Do not engage and patrol missions. Also, what is this madness not being in the Florida coast? Let's see, you go when ready. Still waiting for the Marines to arrive, and they just got there. Good timing. Canada. Carib is done. Okay. 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 Which means launch the naval invasion. Don't have any allies, but I'll do it anyway. A man has fallen into the river in Lego City. That's it. That's all. Nothing else. Leave me alone. So the silver, you know, you were named militia. Trial of the Federalist Generals. Here we go. Civil War now over and our enemies at our mercy. The army has finally begun the trials of the Federalist generals. Some of these generals have fled into exile. The generals of whom caught are now waiting for the verdict of the military tribunal. However, despite the public believes, it's not as easy to carry out the trials as originally anticipated. Most trial generals don't have any particular record of unnecessary violence, and even those who can still claim to have followed orders. Oh, I'm pretty sure I just butchered that. Among them, the most controversial is so far is Dwight Eisenhower. While both Patton and Fox Connor appeal to his innocence, there's no denying that America's darkest hour, he and many others who followed him ended up on the wrong side of history, out of their own volition. Well, I forget if he did or not, but I'm pretty sure that, specifically Patton died or something. He either died or he had to step down, so I'm not going to listen to his thing. Discharge them, spare them, discharge them, or exile the only thing the traitors deserve. I think we'll discharge them. No, exile, discharge, exile, discharge, exile. Well, it's basically the same thing. It's just a matter of political power and national populism, but which would we do? I don't think sparing them, because that would be Dwight Eisenhower, Omar Bradley, Clarence Hubner, Joseph Stilwell, Leonard Garreau, Walter Kruger, and Edward F. Harding. Not bad. But I think that's, exile them for their treachery against us. Let's see what troops are here in Barranquilla. Launch the rescue helicopter from Lego City. And boom, we've landed. Time to attack. Try to get to Bogota.
Ready, sir.
Most of you start going straight up the middle. And also, you guys are pretty dang impressive. You try going up the mountains. Any troops I can really, just get easily enough. Maybe a few of these troops can come in. In fact, can I get all... If we're going to go through these mountains, I want all mountaineers I possibly can. Rocky Mountain Division. Right there. With maybe like 2 of these bad boys. Under you. And... no, these 2 weaker troops. They can join in as well. They can join. They can join if they want to. They can leave their friends behind. And hey, we can bring in some aircraft. How about these 2? We can bring in 800 aircraft. My bad. So we can bring in just about anyone we want, really. I think we'll have air superiority just fine, even with just a single 100. Manifest that destiny. Empire of Brazil. You, they're there. Our troops have come home to North Carolina. Some of these troops, let's see, it's 3 divisions here that we're getting through. I would like to surround them. Trial the Pacific generals. Well, This one is Isaac White. Exile them as well. Exile them. A new world power.
Orders.
A new world power has entered the battlefield. And I think Colombia will be understanding that now. Let's look over and see how long we got on this attack plan on Liberia. Okay, about 70 days. We can wait until that's done before we launch one on... Let's see, just going by it, we can either do Yucatan or Venezuela or Haiti, Dominican Republic. We just need to go through the neutral powers first and then walk through the rest.
Keep moving.
I think that'll be the most right thing to do for us. A bit of a preemptive attack on Bogota.
Move out.
Attack through the mountains. Back to my home. You, everybody right there. That includes you. Okay, not everyone like that. Okay. I'd like to surround Bogota and try to attack that way. Please and thank you. Goodbye. And then the 3 divisions who are still coming in.
Listen up.
Ah, yes, it's these two. The Brazilian Volunteers and the 5th Armored. Well, would you like to give me military access? Indeed, a Rooney Tooney. Okay. Now, I know you just arrived back here, but what if you didn't? Concepcion de Uruguay, please and thank you. Get back down there. Get back down there.
Listen up.
You having a good time, having a good time. What else? What else? You're there. Give like half your troops over to him, which is a bit too much for him to handle, so keep 2 of them. With a general battle plan to get down there. Then, because we can launch an invasion of Mexico, which shouldn't be too bad for us. No one would really care if we attack Mexico. Nobody likes Mexico. Even Mexicans don't like Mexico. So it's perfectly normal to say that. You with your troops, so bright, won't you drive my sleigh tonight? Get involved in the battle. And come to think of it, why do I even need 2 troops for this when I could just give all the troops over to his army directly? I think that would be a lot easier, in fact. Wrong force, but okay. Yeah, you just figure that out, please. Okay, no, I can't even take Panama because they're in the Entente, so can't do that. And our invasion of Bogota seems to be doing just fine. You hold still. Hold still and just push them out. You take out Medellin. You take out Cali. You go around. Through, please and thank you. Now it's your attack army again. I would like you to break the rest of their spirits. So bright, won't you drive? Didn't I already make that joke? Pretty sure I did like 2 seconds ago. Seems uncouth of me to do it again. Unbehooved of me. And that should be fine. Now, anything else? I need some carrier fighters. We're doing fine on carrier fighter production. Close fighters. Light tanks. We're working our way down light tanks. I don't think we have light tanks for anything anymore. Do we even? I can't think of one. Because you're all medium tanks. Did I put them in like one of my specialty units? Like a ranger division? No. Marine division? Yes. Oh, okay. I put them into... I thought they were gangsta. Well, still, 1,000 is pretty much... 1,000 light tanks, I don't think they're going to go anywhere. So these troops actually have tanks in them. Yes, a very small amount of tanks in them. Okay. Take out Cali. And then from there shouldn't be too much left in Colombia's arsenal. So, let us claim Mexico. Now, even then, Colombia's capitulated. That's exactly what I thought. So, most of you troops... Most of you... Well... These troops break out. You join that army. You... Join back there, join back there. Everything else is a bit unnecessary. Just trying the basic battle plan here to cut off there. You know, I don't really need all those troops up there, so you get rid of your line. I want both armies to be down here. Take 42 days to attack Mexico as a unit. Attack to Mexico City. It's a basic battle plan.
Yes, sir.
You attack, you attack. You're gonna help out because we are in war down there. Now you keep 3 of your troops behind, and I want them here, I want them on them, and I want them under shall not. What, is that even the right name? I don't think it is. You don't want to attack on Monrovia. Please get ready. As for the Navy, all the way over there, please. So you're doing just fine, just fine. Rebuild the West. Claiming that Mexico. Now, of this area, I really don't want all of it. You, oh my god. Brazil? Are you, I mean, at the very least, you don't have a need to hold troops up here anymore. So at the very least, you're not going to be doing that. You can join in. You guys get ready down here. You get down here. Get down here. You get down here. Something's happening. Don't know what that was, but it was definitely something. Before we end this episode, let's go ahead and look at what we're going to get next. 1942 tech, I could get some advanced fire base, and then we can get the M4 hood. And with that, take a look around, see if anything new happened. It doesn't really look like it. So with that, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.